guys, it's Jess from Stark Skincare. Thank you so much for joining me again. I just wanted to start off by saying how excited I've been to start doing these videos again. Well, not that I ever really did videos in the first place, and that was because I was always so afraid that I couldn't do them perfectly. I didn't have the right equipment, I didn't know how to edit, or I just didn't want to take the time to learn. But then I realized that a lot of the, not Instagram, but YouTube videos that I enjoy watching are just the really raw, real ones where you feel like you're almost just on FaceTime with someone. So then I just decided that why not? I'll just do it. I can talk clearly, and it's the kind of videos I enjoy watching, so I think that there's probably more than just me on YouTube that enjoys this kind of authentic video chats. I mean, they're pretty one-sided, but except for in the comments section. And I'm really happy that you guys have been leaving comments, and even though, you know, obviously I don't have a lot of subscribers, it's already a really dynamic atmosphere, and building up the Stark community feels really good. So I just wanted to say thank you for being here, and thank you for being my little audience, and I'm really enjoying it. And I've been doing a lot of videos probably to avoid the work that I really have to be doing, which is like a lot of administrative bookkeeping and like that kind of part of the business. So maybe it's just a distraction, but anyways, I enjoy it. Some of you are enjoying it. And so yeah, just thank you. Thank you for being here. So I felt inspired to do a video about minimalism, and specifically minimalism when you love stuff and when you love skincare and makeup. What do you do? How do you balance this if you feel a pull towards minimalism? And I know that a lot of people nowadays do, probably because of this book that came out a couple of years ago now. Backstory on Stark, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, but it actually started off, I chose the name Stark about 6 years ago now. It started off as a blog that, my blog, that was about my journey into minimalism. Now I find it really ironic that I'm talking about that, and the background view that you guys have right now of my studio is like clutter and stuff. But I mean, it just takes a lot of stuff to make skincare, so I can't, I'm apologetic for it because I'm Canadian, but I can't help it. So yeah, there's some irony because there is a lot of stuff behind me while I'm talking about my minimalism, but I did decide to start my journey into minimalism about 6 years ago, and the word Stark came from that, just that the idea of simplicity, of a stark contrast, as in like a stark contrast in ideas or in ethos, and of ways of living. And I started decluttering, and I started talking about how to let go of things. I mean, clearly I was ahead of the curve a little bit, and I should have written this book, but whatever, whatever. So that's kind of where Stark came from, and my idea is that I wanted to create a line of skincare that was no more, no less of what one needs. But having said that, I also love to create. So my line is growing, but I don't want you to think that you need every single product that I'm going to release. If you really want to, I mean, of course you can. I'm not one to tell someone how to spend their money or what they truly need and what they truly don't, because that has to come from within, right? We truly need nothing. We need so little to live, to be happy, to thrive. It's not just about survival, but to thrive. Last year, my family and we traveled for 5 months, and I had a suitcase that was for me and my son, and my husband had a backpack, and not even like a big backpack, like a pretty regular, like bigger than a school bag, but smaller than like a backpacker's backpack. And that's all we had. Wow, so that actually should be a totally different video, how we did our trip with so little things. And we were fine. And honestly, we still had too much stuff. So, okay, minimalism. How do you deal with minimalism when you're not traveling, when you have the space to store all kinds of stuff, when you like stuff, and when you're being barraged by marketing all day long, all the time, in all of its different forms? What do you do? How do you deal with it? So there's a really good, maybe you've seen it, there's a great documentary on Netflix, at least on Netflix Canada, either called Minimalism or Minimalist, but it's by the minimalists, the bloggers slash writers, authors, I should say. And there's a quote. So just watch that. I mean, it's great just to learn about their journey into minimalism and them finding happiness with less stuff. But there's a good quote from a woman who I can't remember who she is, but anyways, and she said that a good minimalist is materialistic in the true sense of the word. That wasn't verbatim, but I thought it was really interesting because usually we think of minimalism and materialism as being totally contradictory. And in fact, I really loved what she said, because she said that someone who doesn't have a lot of stuff is going to really, really value what they do have. And that's totally true. There's many different levels of minimalism, and my version of minimalism is very different from my husband's, who's like, he's got like his 4 shirts and his 3 pairs of pants and his 2 pairs of Chelsea boots, and like that's all he has, and like he's happy like that. I need more stuff. Like I like a variety of shoes, a variety of shirts, and different clothes. Like, but you know, I'm a woman and I express myself differently than he does. And you know, obviously I love skincare and I love makeup. So there are, you know, all different shades of minimalism. But what I've found to be true with the success of my husband and my own versions of minimalism is that we do value the things that we have. So the things that we have in our kitchen, you know, we don't have a ton of gadgets and things, but everything that we have, we really, really like. And if we're no longer using something, we notice that, and then we reevaluate things often. We're often giving to charity or giving our stuff away to family or friends. We do store some stuff, but we live in a pretty small apartment, so we don't have a ton of storage. So everything that we keep, we try to be very deliberate about, and we take care of our stuff. We take care, you know, we polish our shoes and we mend our clothing when appropriate, and we take care of our furniture, and well, especially since we have a lot of antiques, so you know, like you have to take care of old stuff, right? So if you kind of treat all of your things like it is, you know, a couch from not this couch, but our couch in the living room, like it's from the 1950s. If we treated it like it was, you know, from IKEA, we would be treating it very differently. But if you treated all of your stuff as though it's precious, as though it is the 1950s couch that you need to like polish and vacuum and keep the cats off of, but still use. I mean, you know, you don't want things just wrapped in plastic forever. You like to own things, like you should be interacting with them and using them. So that's especially true when it comes to skincare and makeup. Having a beautiful stash of makeup sitting in your what's it called, medicine cabinet, like that's not doing anything. Like your skincare is meant to be used, or especially natural skincare, it's just going to go bad if it's sitting in your cupboard for like, you know, 2-3 years. So if you are of the mindset collector, if you are of the collector mindset, I said that backwards, that was weird, you know, like just think about trying to use up everything that you have before going to the next thing. And if you're just, if you're like, well, I don't want to use these things, then think about that. They're probably not working for you. They're not jiving with you. You're not excited to use them. They're not really working. Give them away to someone, you know, probably a friend or a neighbor or your parents or whoever. Like someone can probably use these nice products that you're not using up. Marie Kondo says to, or was it her? to take a picture of things and then say goodbye to them. So I think that's so relevant with skincare. Take a picture, do a beautiful flat lay, post it on your Instagram, and then just be, say goodbye to it. I've seen bloggers do that before, and it's a nice way to sort of send off products if you're not using them anymore. But use your things, use up your stuff. Don't save your things. Don't save the good oil or whatever. Like if you went and you splurged on a 200 bottle of facial oil, use it. It's not going to be good next year. Use it up. Like just, and keep the bottle and put a flower in it if that just reminds you of like fancier times. Or like, if you've got that guilt that you spent so much money on something, well, the only way to just kind of like, what is the word, you guys? Oh, this is the worst thing because I know that I don't edit videos. The only way to justify a purchase if you're not using the thing is just by using it or give it as a gift. Someone's really going to appreciate it and you're going to feel better. So just value your things, take care of it, use it up. We use our silverware every single day. We were gifted silverware and we're like, well, we don't have dinner guests over enough to justify only saving up the silverware. So let's just use it. So we use that every single day. Okay, so another point that I have about this is, and I'm probably gonna do a separate video, but have reasonable expectations in yourself, in skincare, and in what a purchase is gonna mean to you. So check in with yourself when you're like, oh, I need that, I need to buy this thing. If you're out of product, then you probably do need to buy something. If the products you're using aren't working for you, then yeah, you probably do need to buy something. But if you're just like adding to your collection, just think about that. Is adding to your collection genuinely going to make you happier? Maybe it's yes, maybe it's no, but just be honest with yourself so you're not just accumulating a bunch of stuff that you're not going to be using. It sounds maybe weird from someone who's obviously I sell things. That's how I make a living. But I would rather that you purchased Stark Skincare and used it and loved it and really got the benefits of using it every single day, because that's how I formulated it. I made it so that it's usable for every single day. It's not something you save up to use on like a full moon. It's everyday luxury, and it's affordable luxury. So I would prefer that you would buy it because you know that you're going to be using it every single day rather than just adding to your collection. You only use it every once in a while because you're not going to see how fantastic the products are if you're doing that. And I want you to see how fantastic they are. So have reasonable expectations with a purchase. It's not going to make you a happier, better person. Like, we know that, but then sometimes whenever we're online shopping, we're like, oh, if my hair were softer, then I would feel so much better. And like, it sounds silly, but like, you've had that thought before. Or like, if I had that glow, then I would attract, Julio, and then we would be lovers, and I don't know, like whatever your story is, right? Like we can sometimes have extremely unrealistic expectations of what our stuff is going to bring us. So the stuff that you do have, use it up, love it hard, and then go and buy some Stark Skincare after that. Okay, leave some comments, and thanks for being here again. Bye. I should probably go do some like boring work now.